What's going on, y'all? Please, first of all, before I start this off, I explained in another video. Just don't look at my lip, okay? I'm gonna stay far back so y'all won't see it, bitch. I'm like a child. I can't, girl. You're gonna have to put mittens on my hand and tie them things up to get me to stop picking with stuff, okay? Anyway, moving on from that. This is Queen Sugar, bitch. One of the executive producers followed me on Twitter. Like, what? Y'all not love this show? Okay, this is my show. Listen, for the 2 freaking weeks in a row, y'all done had me in my feelings, all right? Y'all done had me either on the brink of tears or the tears just done flowed down. Y'all really put my baby through all of that mess. Like, y'all put my babies through all of that mess, and I'm not here for it. But truth be told, that is the... Let me tell you something. I will say, out of all the TV shows and the reality shows that we have seen during this pandemic time, Queen Sugar has approached this the correct way. Okay, like, I don't know. I be looking at other stuff, and I probably mentioned it in another review, but I be looking at other stuff that's talking about it, and it's like, yeah, I know we need to talk about it, but I just don't like the way that they talking about it, and it's just like, can we move forward? We understand. But for some reason with Queen Sugar, the way they like, it's almost as if it's in real time, okay? And we're going through it, and it doesn't feel like they're exploiting a situation or whatever. It just like they're doing it so perfectly well. So shout out to y'all. But if I didn't say it, this is Queen Sugar season 5, episode 7, June 1st, 2020. Okay, so we get into the episode. Listen, and I'm gonna put this out here at the beginning. I don't know what y'all doing to Charlie, but stop it. Okay, stop it. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get there. Anyway, so the episode starts off. We got Ralph, up there doing the little husbandly thing with Dorla. You know what I'm saying? They all cute or whatever. She's in the garden, and being lovey-dovey and just talking about her garden and stuff like that. Giving her the results of what's his name? My baby Blue. Okay, Blue then took a little altitude test. Okay, a little IQ test. He a genius, okay? He off the chart genius, okay? Blue 10 years old and he could be doing calculus. You know what I'm saying? He like 12th grade, okay? He gonna be in college graduate from college when he turned 14. That's what type of genius he on. And so they was just happy about that. And then we see another scene where they was getting ready for the march, okay? Because Nova is putting together this kids march, okay? And I love the fact that she is doing this. I just got through looking at one of the episodes on the show. I don't know if y'all watched the Scorpion show, but Mikhail was on there, and he was talking about this series on Netflix called Men, and it's hosted by Will Smith. And I had always seen it on Netflix, but I never, felt the need to watch it. But because he suggested, I went on ahead and watched just 6 episodes. And one of them was talking about resistance and stuff like that, and it's just giving the history of black people with marches and protesting and stuff like that. Long story short, Martin Luther King was brought up, how he actually used the children at one point to go down and march, and then how those same children that came in on the school buses were sent to jail or locked up or whatever. I don't know if they was necessarily locked up, but they were, arrested and put back on the school buses. And this to get the attention of, for the attention of America, and so that everybody can see what's going on. And this is how stuff is happening down in the South. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like that's what Nova was trying to do with this Black Lives Matter march, because we are trying to protect the children. This is the next generation, so they don't have to grow up and to live through what we're living through. And she got her friend there as well. She also has to get ready for this road trip. They're gonna drive Courtney back down to Austin, her and Calvin. Girl, they finna drive her back down to Austin to her apartment, and then she's gonna fly back because she was on the phone with Charlie telling her what's going on with that. And also the reason why she's flying back is because she's trying to do a story on how TSA treats black people during this pandemic, And I was like, all right, Miss Nova on her job, she said this is what True Papers is about, because Charlie was a little nervous and a little worried about that. Now, at one point, Nova kind of made it seem like she was going a little bit too hard. I don't know who tried to make it seem like maybe she was going a little bit too hard on Calvin and Courtney. No, you were not. Okay, Courtney was receptive. Okay, Calvin, on the other hand, we don't really know. I think he feels shame, but he don't want to say that he feels shame because that'll be admitting too much that he did too much stuff and he was getting away with too much stuff because of his skin color and all that stuff and because he was a cop. Like you will never ever get me to you will never ever get me to be on board with this Calvin and Nova situation. And it's not because he a white man. It's because of the way that and it's not really because he a cop. Okay, it's a cop. It's because he was a cop now. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is now. But you gotta look at the history. Nova was a sad piece, okay? Noah was a sad piece to a married man. All right. Go back and something told me to go look at episode 1 of this show. Okay. Episode 1 of season 1. All right. Listen. Episode 1, season 1. Nova was sitting outside Calvin's house crying, looking at him play with his kids after her daddy just died. You can't even have a man that's going to be by your side when you going through the toughest time in your life, okay? Because you out here being a side piece and he up here playing daddy and husband to his kids and his family, okay? And now y'all back together. Girl, and you expect me to want to give you props from coming from the side piece to the main chick? No, I don't like how you start and I'm not going to like it how you end. Unless y'all end up in separation, okay? I'm petty like that. I can admit I'm petty like that. But that's what was going on. She was talking to Courtney. She gave her this little book called Visions and Justice. It was a rarity. She was like, you won't find it in bookstores or whatever. So that really made Courtney's day. Okay. Oh no, see, y'all gotta stop playing. Okay, he said it's gonna be a doozy for the next 3 episodes. Okay, listen, y'all finna have my emotions just on 10. But anyway, she give her that, and I don't know, is it me or do it feel somewhat like Nova is trying to see the potential in Courtney and being an ally? Because we see when she was driving back to Austin and they was in the gas station as they stopped, and Courtney was just feeling down because it was the woe is me, I don't know how to be an ally, and the march that Nova was trying to do with the kids, it got canceled. The permits didn't come through the way that she thought they would, and she was just like, maybe it's okay that the kids didn't do this because they should just be kids and they shouldn't have to be involved and see all the negative stuff. And I'm sitting here like, they need to see this, okay? They need to know what's going on. Maybe the whites around you probably don't need to see this, but they need to see it too so they can see this shit that's going on. They can't be blind to the fact of what's happening, all right? And Nova kind of put off that energy like, girl, what? And she kind of felt it. But then, Nova tried to pacify her a little bit, and I ain't like that, okay? Like, I'm trying to be an ally, and I feel like I'm just saying the wrong things and stuff. And she was like, you got to be uncomfortable. And when you're uncomfortable, you got to live in it, okay? And when you live in that uncomfortableness, then how you know that you're being an ally? I said, Nova, I get what you're doing, but I ain't got time to pacify people, okay? And I don't have time to teach people. They be getting on my nerves, okay? And Google is free. You know what I'm saying? Google is free, and all you got to do is observe, okay? That's all you got to do. Ask questions when need, but Google is free and observe. But I do like what Nova is doing, and it's just something about that. I don't know. Is Courtney really Courtney, or is Courtney playing games, okay? I don't know. Courtney can turn out to be just like a damn daddy. We just don't know. But I'm going to lay up off of her because she trying to learn. She young. She impressionable. She willing to learn and be an ally, and we need all the allies that we can get. So I'm gonna lay off of her. Nova gets home, right? And at this part, they doing a lot of flashbacks and stuff for her, looking at Calvin's jacket and their relationship. And I was like, ugh. No, girl. Okay, you sniffing that man's jacket. Sometimes it be like that, though. You miss your boo scent, when you home and they not or whatever. So you sniff a little stuff. Okay, but don't sniff his shit, okay? It look like it smell like cigarette smoke and beer. All right, that's what it seemed like it smell like. But anyway, moving on from that, we get back to Ralph and Blue and Dorla, okay? So you got Ralph and Blue and Dorla up in their room, making some signs or whatever. And Blue's little sign was, how did I go from being cute to dangerous? Okay, I said, oh, I was like, that's right, get the message out there. And then Darla's sound was saying something about how George Floyd, called for his mother and his mother wasn't there, so we're all his mother or something like that. And so, Blue had questions about it. Blue was like, what does that mean? And, Darla had to explain, he wanted his mom, and his mom couldn't be there because, his mom unfortunately passed away because he was scared, and it was just really sad that we do have to have these. And I'm pretty sure in a lot of black households that have younger children, even teenage kids or whatever, had to have these conversations with this stuff that was going down. Okay. And it was very emotional for Darla, and Ralph was getting a little emotional too. Next thing you know, they found out that the protest was canceled for the kids, and Blue was looking forward to it. And so at this point, Ralph was like, don't worry about it, we gonna go ahead and we gonna have a protest on our own, okay? Because it is stupid. Because little Blue was like, you gotta get permission to protest outside on the street. That's dumb. And Ralph was like, you know what, that is dumb. So we gonna go out there and we gonna do our own little protest, your mama, me, and you. Okay? So they own their property. All right. And they outside doing a little protest. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. All this stuff. And people are rolling past, blowing the horns in solidarity and everything with them. Next thing you know, here comes a cop. What type of cop? A white cop. What type of cop is that? A white racist cop. How we figure this out? Because of everything that went down in between this scene. He comes up trying to act like everything is okay. How you folks doing? Okay, we good. So I got news and reports of obstruction of the traffic out here. And Ralph was like, ain't nobody obstruction no traffic. We've been standing right here protesting. And it was like, well, you're on public property. He said, where you're standing at is public property. Where we're standing at is private property. We own all of this. So you own all this. Yes, that's what I said. We own all this. So you got proof of that. Why do I need to show you proof that I own this property when I said it? Because you could be lying and I don't believe you. I said, hold the fuck up. He said, do you got proof? Do you think everybody just carry deeds around with them? Ralph was trying not to be the angry black man, but this white man was triggering him and he was being antagonistic, okay? He was doing the most by not really doing the most. It's the trigger points, and you know how that is. Being very condescending, trying to talk in a calm voice, but in a very condescending way, trying to insult your intelligence, trying to make it seem as if because you're this black person, this black man, this black family, oh, you can't possibly own shit, okay? That's basically what he was trying to say. He was trying to humiliate him in front of his family. You can tell that he was the man of this household. So you're going to go and try to humiliate this black man in front of his family, and not just his family, but his goddamn son. Okay, Blue's standing there scared, confused about what's going on with this whole interaction, and I was disgusted, man. I was so disgusted. Darla was like, calm down. I go to the house because he asked him, did he have his ID? He was like, no, I don't have my IDs in the house. Okay, Darla said, don't worry. I go to the house, get the IDs, and get the deed. Okay, and when Darla walked away, the cop looked at Darla's backside and was like, I said, oh no, we not. Oh no, we not. Oh, we all type of N-words and N-words this and all these racist slurs or whatever, but you were showing us sleep with our women, huh? That's what we doing. We still on that shit. We still pieces of ass to you too, bitch. I said, no, we not finna do that. We not finna do that. Ralph called on to it and he was like, this fucked up. Okay, what you gonna do about it? You ain't got nothing else to do? You ain't got nothing else to do? No, I'd rather be doing something else than down here with you. And he almost said the N-word with the hard ER on the end of it, because that's what it would have been. You know what I'm saying? And he said, you Black Lives Matter protesters, or, whatever he said. It was something else after that. Something. I said, boy, you gotta be out your goddamn man. I said, Ralph, hold it together, baby, because we don't need you going back to jail. We don't need you going back to jail. I mean, I come bail you out, but we don't need you going back to jail, not in front of your son. Show him the better man. Show him you the better man and you the good example. And that man had his hand on his gun. Okay, he put his hand on his gun. He had this grin on his face, this little slight grin on his face. Next thing you know, before my baby was about to pop his gasket, okay, before he was about to pop on that nigga, you know what I'm saying? he gets a phone call or radioed in that he was needed at another scene, crime scene or whatever. And so he was like, "This your lucky day." I said, "What?" You know what? And this is how you humiliate and emasculate a black man. That white man completely emasculated him in front of his son to make him feel like he couldn't protect him enough. Like almost tried to make him feel like he couldn't protect his son enough. Because his son didn't need to see that. They're gonna tell him, "I'll see you later," and tried to have a little conversation with Blue too. I said, "What is this? No, we're not gonna do that." And he was further antagonizing him when he tried to had a conversation with Blue. You know, and Blue was scared when he walked away and drove off. He had a little tear. And Ralph was like, "Everything's gonna be okay. We still gonna be out here doing this or whatever." And he tried to go on, and Ralph couldn't even keep it together himself. Made him cry. I'm sitting here like, no, I'm ready to fight. Let's go. Let's go. I said, I got a little bond money. I can bail you out. It's time to go run up on that car and to bust the windows out, like Jasmine Sullivan said. Okay, by bust the windows out your car, because you're not gonna make him cry and emasculate him and put him down in front of his family like that. That was disgusting. I was just really, really upset. He gets on the phone talking to Hollywood, and he was talking about it, and he was just like, "I'm trying to protect my son. I was supposed to protect my son," and all that stuff. And he crying on the FaceTime. See, I said, this is not what you're gonna do. Now, I love to see black men cry, whatever, showing when they full of joyful emotions or whatever. I don't like them seeing them crying, like seeing them crying when they from pain. You know what I'm saying? Black pain and shit like that. I don't like that, okay? Because that gets to me. That's for anybody. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? And I was just sitting here like, damn, and I wasn't even around for you to just lean over in my bosoms and just, cry. You know what I'm saying? And for me to rock you, bitch. Like, I was just really upset at myself that I wasn't there. It just really made me mad. It just really made me mad. I was like, oh my God, I'm sitting here crying myself like, oh, they didn't have to do that to my baby. You know what I'm saying? We just don't get a fair shake in this world, okay? And he had to go in there and lay down with Blue. He was checking in on Blue, and I love the fact that Hollywood was on that phone call and was just telling him, let it out, just let it out. He go in there, he looking at his little action figure, and it was a white action figure. He threw that shit in the garbage can. After he did his little flashback of him and Blue, he threw that shit in the garbage can. I said, oops. Okay, Blue probably gonna be mad at you in the morning, but when he understand. And speaking of Hollywood and Vi, baby, y'all better not turn Hollywood into an alcoholic, okay? Because at this point, when we first saw him, he in there drinking in the morning. She was like, "This your money breakfast again?" Yep, this a do, okay? Because he's going through the motions. He's going through grief. He's probably most likely depressed over the fact that his mom passed away. He couldn't see her before she died. This COVID situation and everything, and it was just a lot. He's snapping off on Vi, Vi getting in her feelings or whatever about the fact that, Darla and Ralph letting Blue know about what's going on and got him involved. And, he had to snap off on her and say, "You want me to be on your side with this, but I'm not going to be on your side." Basically, what you need to do is you need to mind your business, because you can't tell somebody else how to raise their child, okay? If that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do, okay? I'm not going to be... Bitch, I said, Hollywood, hold up, okay? Now, first of all, I understand where you coming from, because some of the shit that he was saying, it was some real shit, but then it started getting a little too much. I was like, you ain't had to ring down her throat like that, and then gonna be nice at the end, talk about something. I'm just gonna sit here and wait for my wife, my lovely wife, who to make us some dinner. This is always good, okay? Thank you. I said, I would have spit in his food, okay? Because what you're not going to do is you're not going to call me out, okay? And then try to make me seem like I'm 100% in the wrong or whatever. It's not because you going through what you going through. I spit a little bit up in your food just like that, just because, okay? You're not going to do that to me. But Hollywood really needs somebody to talk to at this point. And if it would have been so great if he would have had his spot open. And he's depressed about that too, because that's, taking up money out of his each month on the lease for his spot from his settlement. And he really needs to talk to somebody, okay? He tried to talk to Prosper, but he needs somebody professional to talk to about this grieving process that he is going through. Baby, let's get to freaking Charlie. The last thing I want to talk about. Micah finna go out there and protest, okay? First of all, Charlie woke up and she was having flashbacks of everything, okay? She had a nightmare that woke her up, you know, and the whole time she was talking about her neck was bothering her. She keeps on doing all of this. Micah notices and, you know, gives her a little massage. She feels a little bit better. He was like, probably from all the protesting or whatever. I'm sitting here like, what's going on with my boo Charlie? Okay, what's going on? Y'all can't be doing this, you know what I'm saying? I ain't pay no mind to it, right? You know, next thing you know, Micah is like, I'm finna go down there because I feel like I can be doing more. I got a big following or whatever, and it's like I could take them to places and show them what's happening for real, instead of just, you know, reposting this and, you know, retweeting their stuff or sharing their stuff. I could put them in the middle of what's happening. And he's on his activist kick, and he's been like this for the past couple of seasons, okay? He's a baby Nova in the making, you know? And he was like, I'm finna go down there to where he was murdered. I said, what? What? Okay. You know, he gone down there to Minneapolis. He was like, I'm a grown man, mom. You can't stop me. She was like, all right, you do what you got to do. Now, see, Charlie is used to being in control. And I feel like this is what's happening with Charlie. She's so used to being in control of everything, she's losing control. And so it's not sitting well with her and it's stressing her the hell out. Her son, she has no control over what he does at this point. She has no control over this pandemic stuff. She has no control over this Black Lives Matter stuff and, you know, getting people back into business. She has no control, okay? And therefore, she's starting to lose control of her body. She was on that phone talking to Nova. You know, she's rubbing her leg, and it was a different rub from just putting lotion on, okay? It was like she was like, you know, massaging out the muscles and stuff like that, and it looked like it hurt a little bit. And I was like, girl, what's going on with you? When she was on the phone talking to whoever she was on the phone with about that information that Micah found about the bourgeois and the Campbell Parkers and the Landrys and stuff like that, you know, this law, whatever, this citation or some shit that basically said you can't, you know, come in and do what they're doing for at least a couple of years or whatever. Girl, I don't remember, but that ain't important. The important part is in this situation, Mama started getting out of breath. Shortness of breath started coming in. And I said, bitch, what is happening to Charlie? Okay? You know, she hung up that phone and I said, drink you some water, baby. Calm down. Sit down. Breathe in if you can. Breathe out. Breathe in through your mouth. Exhale through your nose. Breathe in through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Whichever one, bitch, that works for you, I want you to do that. I want you to keep that up, okay? Because what we not gonna do is have you pass the fuck out. It reminded me of the scene. I don't know if some of y'all watched this. The what's it called? Soul Food, the series. I can't remember which season it was, but remember when Terry, played by Nicole Ari Parker, did a good job. She kept on having them panic attacks, them anxiety attacks and panic attacks, and that one time where it debilitated the fuck out of her, she was getting ready to go to work and she put her hand on the door to go out, and mama just started sweating and she couldn't catch her breath and she had to lay down on the floor right there, and Bird had to come on down. Terry, oh my god, Terry, what's going on? And they sitting there crying and stuff. Girl, it was a beautiful scene, but it was sad at the same time because I was scared. Mama, that's what looks like happening with Charlie, because next thing you know, Charlie is trying to figure out who she can call. Can't call Nova because Nova, you know, she gone on a little road trip. Can't call Micah because Micah is up in Minneapolis. Can't call Vi. Well, she didn't think of Vi, I don't think, but the main people that she wanted to call, they weren't there, you know. And next thing you know, we still see her laying on the couch, and I'm thinking she didn't calm down by now. Mama's still breathing out of control, okay? She can't get her breathing right, and it looked like she's in pain. I said, this shortness of breath, I said, you know, that is one of the signs of the virus. And I said, bitch, y'all better give her anxiety attack. That's what this better be, okay? That's what this better be. She better not have gotten the virus, okay? No, she better not have not, okay? That's not what we gonna do. That's not what we gonna do, okay? Because, bitch, I'm gonna be so mad. Like, why y'all had to do that? Mama just better be going through a very bad, extreme, stress-induced panic attack. That's what's going on. Next thing you know, she called somebody on the phone. She was like, I'm sorry to do this, but I'm not feeling well and I need your help. And I said, girl, who is on the phone? Girl, she couldn't even really hang up the phone and turn that bitch off. Okay, they must have hung up the phone on her. It's on the home screen, bitch, who she called David fucking West. I said, oh shit. I didn't think we was gonna see West, David up in here. Davis again. Okay, but Davis to the goddamn rescue. Bitch, y'all better not have fucked Charlie up, because I'm gonna be so mad. But anyway, this was a good episode yet again. You guys tell me how you felt about this episode, and I will see you guys later. Peace.